Campaigns for the country's top job are getting into top gear with the elections just 7 months away. Presidential aspirants have turned their attention to various vote-rich regions where it is believed the votes are still up for grabs. The coastal region, the larger Meru region and the Kisii area have emerged as the key vote-hunting blocks. A look at the campaign trends in the last 3 months indicates that the leading presidential hopefuls have made at least 5 visits each to each of these 3 regions, which begs the question, why are these areas key to the 2013 presidential election matrix?
The absence of a presidential candidate from those regions is the attracting factor for that reason.
Those areas are actually very populous. They inhabited by communities which are very populous and with high numbers of voters.
The figures in the 2010 voter register compiled by the Interim Independent Electoral Commission IEC, the predecessor to the current Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC, indicates that the 3 regions are automatic magnets for any presidential aspirant. The coast region had close to 1 million voters, a figure that could rise to around 1.5 million once voters have been registered afresh.
The coast is still also largely a protest area. And in terms of political persuasion, most of urban coast, which is Mombasa mainly, is an ODM territory. The others have to make an effort to get it from ODM. But if you go interior a bit, they are open to different influences because of the marginalization and the opportunities that they're looking for, and who among the leaders is supporting, which is why Mwakwere is a factor, but only to a certain extent.
The Meru region has been the target of nearly all the presidential aspirants. It has an estimated voter population of 627,000, according to the 2010 IEC statistics, a figure that could hit 1 million mark in 2013. The region has, since the advent of multi-party politics, supported President Kibaki, and in his absence, a host of aspirants are keen to inherit the votes.
Whoever will inherit that support that Kibaki seems to endorse, subtly or openly, will carry the Meru vote. But it also must be qualified in that within the Meru community, there has been discontent from certain sections. The Tharaka Nithi County feel that they have been sort of alienated during Kibaki's second administration. So they are like a target that could be swayed to vote for whichever candidate makes a good offer. But largely, I think the Meru vote is going to troop together with the presumed Kibaki line of succession. And that to me sounds to be like Uhuru is the main person to beat there. Although Raila is making some inroads, he could perhaps get a percentage, but I don't give the other candidates much hope.
The Kisii region is also a hot prospect for the presidential hopefuls.
Whether you like my face or not, I'm going my way.
The retirement of the former Ford People leader Simeon Nyachai has left the region without an outright leader, and as such, unlike in 2002 when they voted almost to a man for Nyachai, the presidential aspirants hope they can swing voters from the region their way. The IEC voter register indicates that the region has a voter population of 560,000, a figure that could hit 1 million. The region in the last election voted liberally, with the ODM candidate Raila Odinga getting a bigger chunk of the votes.
ODM is the party to beat. Really, Raila is the person to beat. Potential for getting votes for other candidates, perhaps Uhuru has a small percentage, Musalia to a lesser extent.
Though the coastal, Kisii and Meru regions have not yet produced presidential aspirants, they are, according to political observers, ideal hunting grounds for running mates. But is a running mate slot enticing enough to dangle to any of the regions?
Yeah, I think the running mate carrot is a dangerous one, because as soon as you give it to one, the others will be disgruntled. So what are you going to do? I think the candidates have to come up with practical solutions or programs to fix the problems that are in these areas.
So if you pick someone from Meru or you pick someone from Kisii, or you pick someone from Coast, you must pick someone who is not antagonistic. You know, somebody who can give room to these big wigs with very huge ego, you know, to be able to join your party. And that you must always have in mind, because if William Ruto is not in the top 2, if Uhuru Kenyatta is not in the top 2, if Raila Odinga is not in the top 2, how are you going to deal with him if you have chosen a running mate who looks like can scare these people away?
In the March 2013 presidential poll, each vote will count due to the high threshold placed in the Constitution for a winning presidential candidate. The man or woman to replace President Mwai Kibaki at State House must garner more than 50% of the votes cast and also secure at least 25% of all the total votes cast in at least 24 counties out of the 47 counties. Failure to meet this threshold will trigger a runoff between the top 2 candidates.
As long as Raila, Uhuru, Ruto and Mudavadi are in the race, there will be no 50+1 in the first round. And that complicates the equation, because as you choose a running mate, you must also have the second round in mind.
If you're able to gather these swing areas, you're able to actually put up 50+% vote. The challenge would be whether you can get the counties, the required 25 counties to top up the 50+1 popular vote.
The 2013 presidential contest, if the ongoing campaigns are anything to go by, will be a close contest where, other than consolidating their political bases, the aspirants will have to work extra hard to entice the electorate from the 3 regions that could tilt the scales. Francis Gashuri for the Kibaki Succession Series.